Okay, now in this lesson, we're going to cover a few types of words in the English sentence, mainly adjectives and adverbs, and then we'll go over a few other types that are equally as important. So, what are these other words? Okay, we went over the main ones. We went over nouns and verbs. Those are the most important parts of a sentence. Right? You can make a sentence basically with just noun and a verb. Dog runs street, right? That's enough information. I can understand what they're talking about. Obviously, this isn't a full English sentence, but these nouns and the verb give me most of the information. But these other words are what really adds that extra touch, right? It's what fills the sentence out so we know exactly what is going on. So now that we have these other words added in, let's see. The big dog runs down the street quickly. Okay, so now I know the size of the dog, I know where it's running on the street, and I know how it's running. Okay, so these extra words are very important. And these extra words are things called adverbs, adjectives, determiners. Okay, they give more information. Let's go over these a little bit. The first ones I want to cover are adjectives and adverbs. Okay, these are going to add detail to nouns and verbs. The first one, adjectives, these add or describe a noun. Okay, they add detail to the noun. So let's look at here. We have this basic sentence, the dog runs down the street. Okay, that's fine, that's a good sentence. But I don't know what the dog looks like. I don't know anything about the dog. I don't know anything about the street. So we can add adjectives to describe these things. The brown dog runs down the old street, right? You see how this is a little better? Now I can picture it in my head. Oh, it's a brown dog. It's running down this old street. Okay, so this is how you become a better writer or even a better speaker. Okay? You can help paint pictures in the head of the person you're talking to. The other one was adverbs, and these describe a verb. Okay, so you have adjectives for nouns and adverbs for verbs. So we have our basic sentence, the dog runs down the street, and we change this by adding an adverb here. The dog runs quickly down the street. Now we have this adverb here, quickly, and it's telling us how the dog is running. Okay, so now I know the dog is running fast. And we can add even more detail with other types of words called determiners. And we have different types of determiners, but mainly they're going to tell us things like amount, so how many of them, okay, maybe the time or the location. So one of these is articles. Okay, articles in English, very important. If you want to sound like a native English speaker or someone who grew up speaking English, you need to make sure you are using articles. The number one sign that someone is not a native English speaker is they don't use articles when they speak. It's dead giveaway every time. Articles are always used. Okay, so articles show specificity. So they show that it's a specific thing. And the articles we have in English are a, an, and the. Okay? So we have the dog runs down the street, or a dog runs down a street. Maybe to someone who hasn't spoken English very long, this might be the same, but actually it's a little different. When I say the dog runs down the street, it's more specific, right? The dog, we're talking about a specific dog. The dog is running down the street, okay? Specific. But if I say a dog runs down a street, to me, that sounds like just any dog is running down any street, okay? Not specific. Other types of determiners are called demonstratives. Okay? Demonstratives. This tells us which objects are being talked about. So we have this, that, these, and those. So this ball is red. That ball is blue. Okay, so this and that are telling us which objects we're talking about. So imagine pointing. This ball is red, okay, close to me. Or that ball is blue, the one over there. We also have quantifiers. Quantifiers tell us how much or how many. So we have some, many, a lot of, few. These are all quantifiers. Many people eat meat, but some do not. Okay, so many and some, these are telling us how many, right? How many people? Many people. Okay? How many do not? Some do not. We have distributives. Okay, and these are used to talk about objects in a group. So every student will take the test. Now we're talking about all of the students. And each student will have different questions. So each student means this student, this student, this student, right? One by one by one by one. So let's go over some example sentences, see if we can point out some of these new parts of speech that we learned. So we have the blue sky had gray clouds. Okay, so we have blue and gray. These are going to be adjectives, right? Blue is an adjective describing sky, the blue sky. Gray is an adjective describing clouds. And the is an article for sky. The next sentence, the child slowly finished his homework. Here we have slowly, which is an adverb describing finished, and the, which is an article for child. An orange is a fruit. Here we have un and a, which are both articles. Un for an orange. Okay, if the noun makes a vowel sound at the beginning, we use un. If not, we use a. The next sentence, this cat is mine, those cat are yours. Okay, here we're using demonstratives. We have this and those. Next we have many people will take the test, few will pass. Here we're using quantifiers, many and few. And last we have every animal is a living thing. Okay, so every is a distributive, while a or a is an article. Okay, so take some time, look over this, get familiar with where these new terms are in the sentences. Okay, where is the structure? How do we place these things in the sentence? Now we have some exercises. These are for you to do. So please pause the video, read the sentence, try to find some of those new words that we learned about in this lesson. Okay, go ahead and pause it now. All right, so hopefully that wasn't too difficult. Let's see what we have. Our sentence is, each day of the week brings a fun experience. In this sentence, you can find each, which is a distributive, the, which is an article, the week, and fun, which is an adjective, right? It's a fun experience. Here we have another exercise. Go ahead and pause the video, and we will wait until you unpause to give the answer. Okay, and here we have this, which is a demonstrative for this bear. We have long, for long legs, okay, describing legs, an adjective. And we have quickly, which is an adverb describing how they walk. Okay, they walk quickly. It's another exercise for you. Please pause the video and try to solve it on your own. Welcome back. The answer is many, which is a quantifier, and every, which is a distributive. Okay, many people every year.